Good morning. Today our topic is Principles of Management. Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management are: number 1, division of work; number 2, authority and responsibility; number 3, discipline; number 4, unity of command; number 5, unity of direction; number 6, subordination of individual interest; number 7, remuneration; number 8, the degree of centralization; number 9, line of authority or scalar chain; number 10, order; number 11, equity; number 12, stability of tenure of personnel; number 13, initiative; number 14, spirit the cross or team spirit. Principle number 1, division of work. This means assigning the work to a person for which he is best suited. This also involves specialization of labor. Principle number 2, authority versus responsibility. Authority and responsibility are related. Authority without responsibility may result in subjective judgment and exploitation. On the other hand, responsibility without authority leads to frustration, indiscipline, and inadequate output. Principle number 3, discipline. By discipline, we mean the obedience to authority, observance of the rules of services, respect for agreements, respect for superiors, etc. Discipline may be the two types: self-imposed discipline that springs from within the individual, and it is a spontaneous response to a skillful leader. Number 2, common discipline stems from a recognized authority and is established by customs, rules, and regulations, etc. Principle number 4, unity of command. This principle requires that each employee should receive orders from the superior only. A subordinate receiving orders from more than one superior would be confused due to conflicts in instructions. Number 5, unity of direction. According to this principle, each group of activities with the same objective must have one head and one plan. If there are two or more leaders, rivalries may develop and it will lead to wastage, over expenditure, and competition in the same organization. Principle number 6, subordination of individual interest to general interest. According to this principle, common interest should be given preference to individual interest. Fair remuneration. The remuneration that is paid to the personnel should be fair. It should give satisfaction to the personnel as well as to the organization. Contented staff will have a high morale and their efficiency will be very high. It will lead to good employee-employer relationship. Centralization of authority. When a single person controls the affairs of an organization, it is centralization. On the other hand, when the authority of subordinates increases, it is decentralization. Complete centralization is possible in small organizations because a single manager can supervise the work of his subordinates. In the big organization, authority is divided among different persons so that control can be more effective. Principle number 9, scalar chain. Scalar chain means the hierarchy of authority from the highest executive to the lowest one. Lowest one means frontline worker for the purpose of communication. It states superior subordinate relationship and the authority of superiors in relation to subordinates at various levels. As per this principle, the orders of communications should pass through proper channels of authority along the scalar chain. The formal lines of authority from superior to subordinates or from highest to lowest ranks is known as scalar chain. This chain should not be violated in normal course of formal communication. If there is an emergency, then there can be direct communication through gangplank. Next, principle number 10, order. According to this principle, there should be placement of mean and materials at the right place. This principle suggests for proper selection and placement of personnel for each work. Principle number 11, equity. The principle of equity requires the managers to be kind and just so that loyalty and devotion can be elicited from the subordinates. In other hand, managerial treatment of subordinates should be free from prejudice, personal likes and dislikes, etc. Principle number 11 was equity, and principle number 12 is stability of tenure of employees or personnel. There should be reasonable security of jobs. Unnecessary turnover is both the cause and effect of bad management. Principle number 13, initiative. Initiative is the freedom to think out and execute a plan. Principle number 14, spirit de corps. This is the principle of union is strength. The manager should encourage spirit de corps among the employees. According to Mooney, really, Lyndall Arwick, Davis, and others, additional principles of management are principle of objectives. According to this principle of management, there must be organizational objectives for the achievement of which everybody in the organization should work. All energy of human resources must be channelized to attain those objectives only. Principle of coordination. The principle of coordination states that the efforts of the group should be unified and integrated to achieve a common goal. Span of supervision. According to this principle, a supervisor must supervise only that number of subordinates that he can properly supervise. The employee's supervision is by nature and type of work. Principles of planning. Planning is prerequisite for effective management. According to this principle, planning is must to determine goals and policies and ways of executing. Principle of motivation. The principle of motivation implies that the performance of a person depends upon his ability and motivation. Motivation is an urge among subordinates to perform in a better way. Therefore, the motivational system must be reflexible, productive, and comprehensive, and should be according to the felt needs of the staff. Principles of exception. According to this principle, managers have rationalized workload and free from overload. Principles of participation. The principles of participation states that there should be the bottom-up approach in management. Employees of operation level should also be involved or consulted while taking important policy decisions. The process of participation will ensure the smooth and effective implementation of various decisions. Thank you.